Hey guys,
I'm Ricky.
and I'm Bree.
And no matter how we're feeling,
We're gonna be dramatic about it. God, my butt itches. You just make my ass itch.
Oh, I do be doing that, don't
I
I?
got bug bites.
Oh. Do you have bed bugs?
No, from outside.
Bug bites, not bed bites.
Yeah. Yeah, you dumbass.
I'm stupid, but at least I'm pretty.
You know what?
What?
I'll send you home with some bed bugs.
That?
What a bug.
Man.
What?
Water bugs.
What a bugs.
All right. So, I think you're so hot.
I was just hitting my bong. That's what it sounded like,
That's
didn't
what
it?
It sounded like. God, you're so hot.
It's literally just my water.
Have you ever thought about taking off your clothes?
Yeah, I'm naked.
What?
I'm naked. Under my clothes.
You slut.
I'm just a dirty little hamster.
Dirty little hamster.
I was just like, where's my phone?
So speaking of dirty little hamster, today somebody sent me an email at work and said, "Hey Ricky, Friday!" with like 4 exclamation points.
Winner!
Yeah, and I responded to that with a gif of Snooki dancing on the boardwalk, just drunk, dancing by herself.
Yeah.
And then she responded and said, "Oh my god, I love Snooki." Yeah, but anyway, and I sent that gif.
Blur, 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 blur. That's in my head rent free all the time now. I hope you know.
Good.
And I see
I'm
Gabby
so happy
Hanna's
for you.
TikToks all the time now. I ended up following her today.
Gabby Wendy?
Wendy. Gabby Hanna. You go to hell in the hottest part, Brianna. Thank you.
Yeah, stop.
I'm talking to myself, not Hannah. I mean, Gabby Hanna.
Not Hannah.
Not that bitch.
Not Hannah Montana.
I'm talking to myself to get her name out my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that Sabrina Carpenter was on the Hot Ones? Yesterday. Like, at the time of recording, she was on it yesterday.
What is that?
You don't know what Hot Ones is? You're so mean! You're the meanest person I've ever met. Hot Ones is like an interview, like a talk show interview kind of vibe. Only instead of just sitting on couches with Ellen DeGeneres talking about whatever, you're you're eating a row of hot wings, and it gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
I do know what that is.
While also answering interview questions.
Yes.
And so she was on it, and she's so fucking cute. Mm-hmm. At one point, it's so hot that she asks the guy, she's like, "Has anybody like threatened to sue you before?" And everybody starts laughing, like on and off camera.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Why? You haven't like, you get ideas?" And she was like, "No, no." And she's so fucking cute, I could die.
Yeah,
I love
she's
her
adorable.
More than anything. I love her more than
her glow up is so real.
It's so, I mean,
she's always been cute.
She's always been adorable, but like,
what is that?
But as she's coming into herself, hell yeah. Do you have some pain?
Yeah, I do.
Headache pain?
The side suddenly. Yeah.
She's having an aneurysm.
Don't say that.
An embolism.
Don't say that either.
I only know those words because of Ghost Whisperer. I'm sorry. I don't know what they mean.
Lord, it's death.
Oh, it
Those
is.
mean death.
It definitely does. That's what happened on the show. But yeah, it was a very good episode. It was very fun to watch. I love her so much. Want to marry her. The reason I brought it up was because she brought Stanleys with milkshakes in them because she doesn't like drinking milk.
Yeah, I would do the same.
So she brought milkshakes, and they were both drinking them. And at one point in the video, he says, like, "These are actually really nice to have, and not everybody brings milkshakes, so thank you for that."
That's a good idea.
Fucking awesome. I thought she was just drinking out of a Stanley and drinking her own water that she brought herself or something.
Just a milkshake out of a Stanley. That's genius.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it is.
My girl is iconic. I don't think fart jokes are funny.
I do. I love a good fart joke. Like, I somehow also get on the TikToks of people doing, like, farts in public. There's this one guy, and it makes me fucking die every time, where he is just in, like, a crowd of people, like, in New York City, walking, and he'll just, like, do some crazy shit, and then he'll throw his leg in the air and just, like, rip ass fucking loud as shit, and then he's just like, and walks away.
Sorry about that.
And then it just like zooms in on different people's reactions,
faces, yeah.
and everybody is just dying every time.
It's so funny when there's like those like live in real life pranks or whatever, and like there's this one where this guy literally dresses up as a giant plant and then jumps and scares people.
Yeah.
And then I've seen people like react like "fuck you," and they get so mad.
Oh my god, it's like, don't get mad, get glad.
Yeah. But seriously, though, it's not that deep. We're all just having a good, silly, goofy time.
No, I love a good fart, though.
I will say I was... Okay,
How can you... You don't like farts as the guy who fucking rips ass left and right all the time.
I do love to fart. Just don't like jokings about it.
Personally. What are fart jokes, though, to you? Like, if somebody jokes about a fart, or if somebody farts and then they laugh?
I think it's when somebody farts and then they laugh like it's a big joke.
I love fart
but
jokes.
I'm 4
years old.
If you just fart and then... okay, I think it's gross when people, like... aggressively fart to be funny, but if you just fart because you have to fart, that's one thing. I don't know. When you like push out a fart to be funny.
I feel like that's scary because you might shit yourself.
I know, but I feel like some guys make jokes about farting, like make fart sounds and joke about it like it's a big joke. But if you're farting just naturally and then like it sounds funny or whatever, yeah, I can laugh along with that, sure. But if you're just doing it to be funny, I don't think that's funny.
I can't fart on command.
No, me neither. That's what I'm saying. It's all natural. If we're just outside hanging out and you fart, I'll probably giggle. But like if you're doing it to be funny, then for some reason
I don't think that's funny.
Yeah.
Other than the TikTok guy, because I think that's funny as fuck. Like
that is he's
so
being
funny.
so aggressive about it. Not aggressive, like so animated about it. Yeah.
And then people's reactions are just so like, what the fuck just happened?
I was gonna say I had a day at work where I had gone poo and everything was good and done and I was done, and then a couple hours later I felt like there was lots of gas in my belly and I needed to release it, and I'm not gonna do that at my desk with other adults around in a public office situation. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and I just know once I sit it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be like somebody's playing like a tuba. It's echoey. Yeah. So I get ready. I sit down, and it's just like making these big old farty noises. And
sharting.
I couldn't. No. I was just getting out gas. That's it.
Oh my god.
And
you want to know a hack?
That made me laugh. That made me giggle.
Okay.
That made me giggle. Just sitting down.
Fucking sat on the toilet and you're farting and you're laughing about your farts and you start farting even louder and it's like going with your laugh.
No.
Okay.
That hasn't happened to me.
That's an original experience.
I'm sure it's not an original experience.
Original to me and us.
Because normally I don't really think there's any comedy behind farts typically for me, but in this moment it was just so exaggerated. But it was real.
Put a little toilet paper over your butthole and call it a day.
Yeah, it was just...
It won't echo.
I couldn't help but giggle. I was just like, anybody that's around can hear this. And that's so funny to me for some reason. So I was having a silly, goofy time with it.
Anytime, like, I know when I go to the bathroom, especially in public places, if somebody do be shitting next to me and it's loud, I laugh. And I know they can hear me.
Yeah.
And then I feel bad, but I can't help it. I can't stop laughing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like I'm uncomfortable or if it's just fucking funny and I'm like, oh my god, they're really just blowing it up in the Target bathroom.
Do you believe there's any truth behind the theory that if you go into like a Michael's, Joann's Fabrics, or any of like Home Goods or those kind of stores, that like it just pulls out the poo? It just really makes you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I've had it happen a few times, but it's usually because I have a coffee. And then I go in there. Or like something.
I don't think I've gone into those kind of stores enough to really test if this theory is real. But I've heard a lot of people talk about, like, you go into like a Michael's or Joann Fabrics, and you're going to fucking shit up a storm. I
mean, I know it's true for some people because I have had to pee in those stores before. And man, somebody blew it up in there before me.
Yeah.
And it's nasty. Anyways, never trust a fart. Hey, bitches.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
How's your Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday, and it's going great. Everything's great in my world. I've never been happier. I'm gonna start off this episode real quick with a fucking story. Okay. Now, I in my past have in my life I have these 3 friends. Okay, and
we're gonna announce what they're being called.
Yes, because I feel like it'll just make it concise for the lore, okay? Me and these 3 friends are kind of like a little bit of a group, and
they're a lot of clique.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We're the mean girls, whatever. Well, anyway,
I mean, you said it.
I said it, and I'll stand on that. Well, anyway, we have spent a lot. We've spent a lot of time together as a group, and I just feel like I'm going to end up having stories about the three of them, and I figure it would just make it simpler if they all had like names that went together. So I was talking with one of them about this idea, and we came to the conclusion of calling them the Winifred.
No, Sanderson sisters.
Calling them the Sanderson sisters, because it's a group of three.
The three witches.
Three women. Yes, the three witches. The three bitches. Mm-hmm. And I'm like Binks. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that's Winifred, Sarah, and Mary. And I was having a conversation with Winifred. She was letting me know that she was having a conversation with Sarah. Okay? Mm-hmm. This all started because she is in an antique group on Facebook. And she loves to use the AI image generators. Mm-hmm. It's like her new hyperfixation. And so she generated a picture of herself that looks like it's from the Victorian era.
Okay.
This is what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I've seen that. Did she post that on her Facebook?
No. As far as I know, it's just on this antique Edwardian Victorian.
I feel like I've seen that.
Vibe. So...
It could have popped up on my feed.
This is
just how you do that? Like,
yeah.
see that?
This is just such a Winifred thing to do. Okay?
Okay.
She posted in this group, and she says, "My great-grandma times 5, Eliza Davies. Painting was done somewhere in the late 1800s from what I've heard, and dug up. Eliza was a young woman, born into poverty in a small village in the heart of England. She married above her status when she met my great-grandfather times 5. Against all odds, social standing, and the discontent towards the lower class, my grandfather's family begrudgingly accepted her. However, sometime after her third child, Eliza was sent to a woman's asylum after a series of frantic fits and endless monologues of ineligible ramblings. The records say it was due to I almost said hashtag. Due to, quote, female hysteria. But talk passed down through the family is that Eliza discovered infidelity between her husband and a serving maid. She lived out the remainder of her life at this facility," and then put in this AI-generated image of her as a Victorian woman. Yeah. And it's so fucking funny.
That's
this kind of shit.
Very Winifred.
It's so Winifred. We love you, Winnie girl. So that was the first thing that she said. And then the boomers ate it the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
She said, "I had used at least 10 pictures and had made up stories about each one in a span of different time periods and convinced Sarah they were all my ancestors. That was kind of mean in retrospect, but she got so excited."
Also very fitting for Sarah.
Yeah, to like buy into it.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh my fucking God, you would have gotten me too, honestly. Well, at least for a second. But then I would have called you on your bullshit because this is a very Winifred thing to do.
100%.
And I would, like, I'm telling you guys, one time she had me convinced that her last name, she had lengthened it in a like convincing way, mm-hmm. and said that her family from hundreds of years ago, this was their name, and over time, it had gotten down to what it is now, and I was fully on board.
That happened to my family.
I believe it, because that's a normal thing. Yeah, names change, and I know that that's a thing. So when she had told me that her name used to be really long, and over the centuries and whatever, it has shortened down to what it is now, I fully believed it. Yeah. Why wouldn't I? I should have called her on her bullshit, because this is something Winifred would do.
Yeah.
So then she said, "No, because Rick, you should have seen the story for the last one. My dad almost spit his drink out of his mouth. Let me see if I can find it." And then she said, she sent me a bunch of screenshots between her and Sarah.
Okay.
The first one, she said, "Did I ever tell you that my great-grandma was a poster model in the 40s? She never got very popular, but was well-known in her city," and then sent a bunch of pictures along with it.
It literally looks just like Winifred.
It literally looks just like her.
It's just like a cartoon-ish looking version.
Cartoon vibe. Yeah, like, yeah. And then Sarah said, "Is this her or you?" And Winifred said, "Pictures of her. Her name was Dorothy, and she was my dad's grandma."
She's ridiculous.
I know. And Sarah said, "Wow, you look so much like her. It's crazy."
Riveting.
And then Winifred said, "Isn't it crazy?" This is why, like, she was hesitant to let me tell the story of the podcast, because it's kind of mean.
No, it's not. It's
because
so
she's
funny.
Totally pulling her leg.
But
it's
that's really funny.
It is funny. I got another free trial with this Ancestry website I've sent my DNA to, and since the last time I visited, they've sent me a bunch of touched-up modern photos of my ancestors, and most of the women on my dad's side look like me, and it's mind-blowing. And then Sarah said, "That is too cool. I wish I could do that. That is so cool." And Winifred said, I can help you the next time I see you. It might cost money, but we can try for a free trial. And then she said, want to see some more photos? My great-great-grandma during the flapper era, and then sent another generated image.
Let me see. Do you have it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And then Sarah said, I can't believe how much you look alike. And then Winifred said, I can't either. All of my ancestors and I are basically twins. It's insane. I have so many photos to prove it. Come on, Sarah.
Yeah, come on, Sarah.
Come on, babe. Like, seriously.
We know you have more brain cells than that.
Seriously. And then Winifred said, this is my great-grandma times 15.
God. Okay, so was this all like in one conversation? Okay, so I was thinking it was like a running joke.
No.
That makes it even more funny.
This is all one day.
Sarah's just like, yeah, wow.
Wow.
Like I said, riveting.
Wow, this is insane. This is my great-grandma times 15. She was a lady with a title and a small amount of land in England.
And all these fucking stories, too.
She's just so creative. The painting takes place somewhere between the 1450s and the 1520s. Another picture.
That one literally looks just like her.
I know. It's just a generated image to look like an older... it's fucking
version
wild.
And
then Sarah says, that is awesome. I hope that we can find something like that on mine. You have so many twins. LOL. So cool of a find. And then Winifred said, we'll dig into your ancestry. I'll send you some photos at once so I'm not spamming your phone and making it go off a bunch of times. And then proceeded to send her 15 photos. 15 AI generated images of her
Winifred.
in different eras. And then another This is so fucking funny. Another picture of this girl that was AI generated, and it says, my grandma in the 60s. It's her with like bright blue.
So pretty, just amazing.
So fucking funny. And then she said, I know, it's almost like my family tree is a Christmas wreath. One giant circle. Uncanny.
Uncanny. Shut the fuck up.
And then she said, this is my favorite, Clementine Odine. What the fuck are these names? My great-grandma times 6. She was hung in front of a group of onlookers in the West because she killed her cheating husband with a single shoelace. And then sent another generated image. Are you fucking kidding me, Sarah? You're really gonna believe this shit?
Sarah.
Okay, I'm sorry. The last one I have to read because it's so funny. The last one she sent her that I know of, she said, this is my oldest ancestor, Mary. She was rumored to be the very one and only Virgin Mary. Jesus' mother. And I said, not the Virgin Mary!
Okay, did Sarah finally get the joke at...
No, that's why she was hesitant for me to tell the story, because she still believes it all.
Sarah's like, wow,
and then
you're the Virgin Mary. You're descendant.
You're descended from Jesus. Oh my God, I'm hot. And then Sarah said, Winifred, I said, not the Virgin Mary, and Winifred said, I'm so glad you appreciate it, because I was crying laughing when I made it. And I said, you're so bad.
Oh my God.
Oh my
It's
God.
a Winifred thing to do, for sure.
Such a Winifred thing to do. I was literally laughing at my desk while I was getting all of these messages, and I was like almost crying, and my coworker behind me is probably like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, like
Chill
what's happening over here?
Chill out, bro, Chacho. I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that was the biggest thing that happened to me in the last week, that I just was fucking dying.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
like,
good.
I needed to tell you, because I knew you would find it funny too.
It's pretty rich.
It's pretty rich. It's like chocolate, isn't it?
Pretty rich, ain't it, Richard?
Richard? Yeah, man, that just was fucking cracking me up.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There's like so many times where she has done things like that at this point, if she were to try something like that on me, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But
well, Sarah's just so gullible and
Sarah's
probably
such a
like
sweet angel.
just like amazed.
Yeah.
Wow, the technology in this day and age is just
so crazy. They can revive old photos
mind-blowing.
like that.
The Virgin Mary.
I can't believe, like, I don't know what the conversation was after the Virgin Mary, after she said that, but I'm sorry. If you still didn't get it at that point.
Yeah.
Sarah, something.
Sarah, I hope you're watching and you're laughing along with us.
I really hope so, too. We love you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened recently that I could talk about in my life.
I went tubing for the first time so last year I was pregnant. The year before I don't think I tubed that year. I just took people tubing. So I went tubing for the first time.
In a couple of years?
Yeah, and let me tell you, I had the time of my life. It was so fun. I went tubing for literally 45 minutes. I never fell off either.
Wow.
And it was
just a consistent 45 minutes?
So I went with, it was me and Rachel, and then me and Haley, and then I went with, or maybe, no, it was me and Haley, and then me and Rachel, and then me and my niece, Willow. And
so people were getting off, but you were staying
I was like, I'm not getting off this damn tube. You're going to take me for a ride.
Can you explain to me what the tube looked like?
One where you sit up. Like, your legs are in front of you, and you're like this.
And there's, like, a back behind you to lean against?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
And it was so fun because, like, so Willow, she's 10. She'll be 11 in November. And so I kept tricking her into, like, because everybody would look back and they'd be like, are you good? You know, because usually when you go tubing with kids.
And she's the little one.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah. And so every time they would, like, go like this or say okay, I'd be like, oh, you gotta just give them the thumbs up. And the thumbs up in my family means speed the fuck up.
Yes, it
does.
Let's go.
Take us for a ride.
Yep.
So I'm like,
Yup.
Take me for a ride.
I know that. That's fucking dangerous in my family.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I kept telling her, I'm like, no, just tell him, like, we're good, just like that.
So you know what it means, but she doesn't?
Nope. And
you
so
evil,
she's like,
evil woman.
This, and then bouncing, so she's like going like that.
You evil woman.
We were going so fast, and she's screaming like, no.
Yeah.
So they're looking back, and they're like, are you still okay? I'm like, Willow, do that. So then she's doing that again. So they go even faster, and she's like, what did you do to me? And I'm
this
like,
poor little lady.
She had the most fun. And then I pushed her up the tube.
Okay. I mean, at that point,
I made it like we were getting close to the dock, and I just like kicked her off, and she was like, wait, Auntie Brianna, aren't you gonna swim back with me? I'm like, sayonara.
Have fun getting back.
She swam.
Maybe
she
you will, maybe you won't.
To the dock.
Oh, poor little lady.
And then she came back. She like gets back.
Y'all would have gone back for her if she needed it.
Yeah, she was totally fine. Like she could have touched if she really needed to, but she comes back up and she's like, "You promised me you were gonna swim back with me," and I'm like, well, you needed your exercise.
And that's gonna be her villain origin story.
Oh, I know. She's gonna be like, my aunt pushed me off a tube when I was 10 years old and let me swim back to the dock, and she's gonna be like, she kicked me off so far away.
She's gonna come after you later in life for that.
Yeah.
We used to go tubing a lot when I was growing up, and I've always been a big boy, and so if I'm getting on the tube, first of all, I don't really like going super fast. I enjoy like where I have to hold on and I'm white knuckling a little bit, but I don't want to feel like I'm about to fly off.
Oh,
I like going fast.
Shoot me off that tube.
I love like going off of the
wake.
And then going back onto it. I think that's fun. But if you're literally trying to whip me off of the tube, I'm not having fun anymore.
Oh, no, that's so fun for me.
And I understand. That is for most people. I'm just not like most people. I'm built different.
Yeah.
I'm just a little lady. So a lot of times when I'm getting on the tube, I'm telling them, like, treat me like I'm a child. Treat me like I'm a kid and go slow. Because, first of all, if I fall off that tube, who the fuck is getting me back onto it? Not me, not you, not all of you grown men. Nobody's getting me back onto it.
Not Hermione.
You said it wrong. Not me! Not...
Yeah.
No, you said it right.
I did.
You.
Yes, you.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some pretty exciting moments with the tube, but I haven't gone tubing in a hot minute.
It's so fun.
It is fun. I wish I could go again, but I don't know what's going on at my family cabin situation. I haven't been up there in a hot minute because it's just too far away for me to make the trip. I don't care enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have a boat. I don't know if they're tubing. I think they
sure,
are. I think I remember seeing my brother and his new dog on the tube one of these last weekends. But I don't know whose boat that is or whose tubes those are.
I feel like it's always scary, though, when you, like, going back to you saying you don't like going out of the wake and when you're getting whipped off and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but there are some people who can really fuck you up on a tube.
Yeah.
And this was years ago now, at this point, probably like 6 years ago, we went tubing with some of Bailey's, like, basically family. Mm-hmm. And we had, so Jake was pulling the boat, and me, Eddie, and Bailey were on a tube. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I was in the middle, and I was in the middle. Bailey was here, Eddie was here. Mm-hmm. So Jake's pulling us, and then Jake's brother is circling us with, like, a wake boat, making waves for us. And Jake's, like, main goal is to get us off the fucking tube. Mm-hmm. Like, he wants us off. He's gonna do whatever it takes to whip us off.
Danger Town, USA.
Yeah, and I'm, like, scared. And because this was intense. Like, I haven't tubed like that where somebody's creating waves like that. Yeah. Like, spinning around us. Like, that was insane. Mm-hmm. We're hitting these, like, waves and, like, going in and out of the wake. And Jake was like, I swear up and down, you guys were at least 10 feet in the air multiple times.
Oh, my gosh.
And so I just remember I'm in the middle and I'm holding on, like, white-knuckled for dear life, like, screaming. Mm-hmm. And we were going so high up that at points Jake was like, Brie, all I could see were your boobs in your face. Like, that was it. Like, just shit like that.
I can imagine.
And I'm looking over at Bailey and I look over at Eddie and I'm freaking out. I'm like, we're fucked, you guys. All of a sudden, there goes Bailey. Bailey's fucking gone.
Oh, Bailey.
And I'm like, oh my God. And then I look over and I look at Eddie and I'm like, why is he not slowing down? There goes Eddie. And I'm like,
oh shit.
And I'm like, no, Eddie. Oh my God. I'm like, we're still not stopping. And then I'm gone. I'm in the fucking air.
At that point, you just have to sacrifice yourself.
No.
Let Jesus take the wheel.
I didn't want to let Jesus take the wheel because listen here. I was like, I'm not getting off this fucking tube, okay?
Oh, okay.
I went off the tube. I was gone. I hit something and I was gone. Mm-hmm. And I hit the...
Just something about, like, how hard you hit the waves.
Yes, it was
just
really
like,
aggressive. Like,
really.
You hit it and you're in the air and, like, I landed, so I must have flew, like, up and was, like, completely sideways because when I went into the water, it was my ear first.
Oh!
And I ruptured my eardrum from tubing. And then we, like, get back on.
Ow.
Yeah, like, I couldn't hear anything. I was really dizzy. I was, like, disorientated. My, like, balance was off. It was so bad.
That sounds horrible.
It was really bad. That was really rough.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Like, it's still a really good story.
That is what's scary about tubing, though, is, like,
you can get so injured.
It's so, yeah, the water becomes, like, rock solid when you come down at it.
I get a kick out of, like, all of the tubing videos on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen them, where they have, like, 6 different people tubing in individual tubes behind these wake boats. Mm-hmm. And they hit these massive wakes, and all you see is, like, 6 tubes in the air, and people are flipping on the tube, and, like, some people can hold on.
That's wild.
And, like, barrel roll their fucking tubes.
That's wild.
And then I watched a tutorial on how to barrel roll a tube while you're tubing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm not going to try it. Don't put me down for that.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Don't sign me down for that.
Don't sign me down
for that. I remember when we were growing up and my brothers were the ones driving the boat, and they're, like, there was, like, these, like, girls.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Hot girls in bikinis that were with us.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And they just loved getting them on the tube and trying to whip them off as hard as they could. I don't know why. I don't know what was so fun about it to them, but they just had so much fun throwing these girls into the water. I need to go fucking doing something like that. It's just, I don't have anything like that. Nobody invites me.
So just come with us, bitch. I'll take you tubing.
I'm still waiting for an invite.
I just invited you.
Oh, well, it didn't feel genuine. It felt forced.
It's not forced. We'll just go, like, ourselves.
Sweet. On a weekend that you don't think anyone else will be up there?
They never go. They only go on, like, the holidays.
Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. You have free reign to go up there whenever you want?
Literally whenever.
Fuck yeah. We should do that sometime. You, me, down. Corey, and Rowan.
And Bailey.
I guess. I'm just kidding.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Do you guys have a boat?
2.
And tubes?
Yeah. That
Brie,
was
can
that.
we actually do this?
Yes.
Please?
Yes.
Please, Brie?
Yes.
Oh, you're saying yes. Okay.
Yes. No, I'm so down. That would be so fun.
That would really make my summer.
It's a good time. And, like, we have campfires at night and then go on a sunset pontoon ride. And
But I'm telling you, if I get on a tube, I just really don't. I'm not fucking around. I don't
okay,
like it to be
but we
aggressive.
can take you on the pontoon because there's also a ladder on the pontoon.
Does that go fast enough for tubing?
I mean, we took my sister on it in the rain.
Safe.
It was really safe. My grandma was so happy.
Oh.
No, I mean, it's fast enough where, like, you're gonna... Will things ever be Fergalicious again?
What a fucking meme. I love that so much.
I was just...
Man, I just miss the days when things were Fergalicious.
Yeah, will they ever be Fergalicious again?
Oh, Lord.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't be.
Oh, I crave the Fergalicious days.
I'll
No,
find it.
like, I could cry.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm super down. We'll just have to figure out a weekend and go.
So I know we've been a little bit all over the place so far, but...
Yeah, we have purpose behind the... Well, Rick has purpose behind this episode. I don't know what the purpose is.
Yeah, you don't know what this week's topic is, but I thought it would be a good topic for us because we are both like at the prime age to talk about this.
Okay.
It is the evolution, the rise, the timeline of social media.
Oh.
Of the internet, being on the internet in a social way.
Well, and I think it's cool too because we were at like you said, like the
Prime
cusp
time
of
when
it.
started, yeah. So, first and foremost, MySpace. Were you on MySpace?
I was.
Yeah?
And it was something I was not allowed to be on,
Okay.
but I was on it and I had my own profile and all the things. My profile song was Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston and my profile picture was
Your way to a beautiful girl.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
That's the one.
And my profile picture was of me in like my bikini top because it was summer.
Yeah.
And like that's when Beautiful Girls dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all fine and dandy until my mom or my aunt or somebody found it, and then I got in trouble and had to take it down.
Oh, my Lanta. Yeah, I found MySpace probably around, I want to say like 2006, 2007, somewhere in there.
I was going to say for me it was like 2006, 7, because I think I was in like 6th, 7th grade. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
And for anybody that's super young that might be listening, MySpace, if you haven't heard of it, it was the shit. It was like better than Facebook. And it was
on
before
crack.
Facebook, yeah. It was really nice because with MySpace, you had your personal profile, which is, you know, similar to Facebook, but it was like you could very much decorate your profile.
Oh my God, it was so fun. You could sit on it it was so fun. You look at me.
You got this, babe.
You could sit on MySpace for hours, like customizing your profile, picking your background, your wallpaper, your theme with your songs, and then your top friends. The chokehold the top friends
has
had on me.
society.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically you could set, it was like the top 8 friends, and those were the friends that were listed on your page, which I think anybody that knows MySpace knows what this is.
Yeah.
And we don't need to explain it, but
if
it really was.
You're too young for me, bro.
Yeah. She don't know what MySpace is. She's too young for you, bro. But yeah, it was just such a fucking insane thing. Like, I remember like everybody having drama over their top 8.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I never did. I just had like my closest friends were on my top 8, and I would tell everybody there's no order. Like,
it's just you're on there.
Yeah, but like people would be like, "Oh, you pissed me off, so I moved you down a slot," and it's like, "Holy shit, bro!"
People would get salty as fuck.
And there was all those like banners that you could get from layout sites where they were like, it said like about me, all pretty and glittery.
That's what I'm talking
like
about.
Now, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I got so like being on MySpace taught me how to code, like make like MySpace layouts and stuff like that. And I got so into it, I created an entire MySpace layout website.
Really?
I never told you that?
No.
Yeah, I was making layouts. I was making those banners. I was making you remember those like super cute profile pictures that the layout sites had.
Yes.
Where it's like a girl with like a Victoria's Secret puppy going like this in the mirror.
Yeah.
And there's like the fucking what the fuck is it called? Sun beam thing behind her.
Yeah, the beams. The beams
the
of
beams,
light.
but it was all decorated.
Yeah.
And it was like a bunch of like, it was like a theme. It was like pinks and purples or whatever. And then there was like random like patterns all over the thing. Yes, I made color palettes. I did all the things. And I was really good at those profile pictures because that's how you know like you're on a good site, is if the profile picture looks it.
Yeah.
And so I was using all the top like MySpace models or whatever those were.
You just unlocked a core memory. You knew you were on a good site if the profile picture was it. That was so true. Because if they weren't it, you're like, I can't fuck with this.
Yeah, because you know that they're not talented if they're shits. And so I was all about that base. My site was called like charmedbliss.com. I literally had a .com website.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was such a fun time. It was such a fucking fun time.
Okay, but before MySpace there was AIM and
you're
AOL,
right.
You're right.
Yeah, I feel like for me, you're right. But I feel like for me, MySpace and AIM overlapped a lot because I talked to a lot of my friends on AIM that I had either met on MySpace because I was doing a whole thing like called role playing that was on MySpace, where you would create a whole character with a celebrity's face and give them a whole backstory, and then you would just play a main character from a movie or a TV show like Troy Bolton from High School Musical, and then you would role play with Sharpay Evans or Gabriella Montez or whatever, and it was a whole fucking vibe. And I made some really good like real life friends that I still have to this day from that era because I was doing it for a long time.
That's crazy.
One of my very good friends, her name is Janelle, I love you, she's from Washington, and we've been friends since High School Musical 2 came out.
Yeah, that's
because
crazy.
We both wanted the same guy. We were both I know. I was catfishing. I was using Ashley Tisdale.
Before catfishing was the thing.
Yes, I was using Ashley Tisdale, and my name was Jalen Carlisle. That was my character's name, and I gave her a whole backstory. And I found this boy who was Zac Efron, like fucking everybody was at the time. And I think she was using Vanessa Hudgens as the face with a character name that I can't remember. She used a lot of funky names that were really cool, like really edgy and different. And we both went after the same boy. And then at one point, she told me that they knew each other in real life and that they were friends. And then he disappeared, so I kept asking her where he went. And then she was like, yeah, I don't know him. He told me to tell you that, and that's not true. It's very weird. And then at one point I had to tell her I'm a gay guy. I'm not actually a girl. And then I was really afraid she wasn't going to want to be my friend after that, but she was totally cool. She was chill, and we've still been friends ever since.
That's so cool.
I know. And so, yeah, I talked to a lot of those people on AIM and stuff like that.
Ugh, I loved AIM. I loved AIM so much. We would sit over at growing up, I was over at my cousin's house all the time, my aunt's house all the time. And there was like a row of houses where all of the kids were the same age. There was like 4 houses right there.
Wow, okay.
All of us were the same age. We'd all hang out, or around the same age, give or take some years. But me, Carissa, Janelle, and Lauren would all hang out all the time. And we would sit on the computer. So Carissa's dad, I think he like built computers. I don't know what he did. I can't remember exactly. But he had built enough computers for all of us to like be on one.
Wow.
He downloaded Sims onto all of them.
Wow.
So we would sit and all of us would like play Sims, listen to music, talk
in the same
on
house?
AIM.
You were all sitting in the same
basement.
House?
Yes.
Why would you be talking on AIM if you're
with
right
other
next to each
people,
other?
not with each other? Yeah.
I was gonna say.
No. So like,
but I guess that's the equivalent of like texting your husband who's downstairs.
Yeah, but we're next to each other. Like we're literally in the corner of this room in the basement.
Wow.
Yeah. So we would do that and like all night long, all day. Like we would have so much fun and like so that was the start of like my social media was like that, and then I remember my AIM name was Star Princess 08S. And
that is so 2000s.
Yeah.
Mine was X WTF Kid X.
And then I had Nana Jean too.
Okay.
Nana Jean 26. But Star Princess was what I had after Nana Jean because I didn't like that as much. It wasn't as edgy, you know?
I don't know why mine was WTF Kid.
Yeah.
It was for so long. It's like burned into my mind. And then eventually it became Worth Saving because of Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Damon Salvatore said at one point.
Whatever.
At one
fine.
point, you decided I was worth saving, and I ran with it.
Yeah,
I was
you're like, that's
new
my
AIM
shit.
name."
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved that. So it went from AIM, and then I got MySpace. And then I got my MySpace taken away from me. And then it was Facebook in 2009.
Yeah, I remember being on chat rooms and stuff like that. Like, there was, like... I remember... Okay, have you ever seen Pen 15?
No. No. We talked about it, and
Okay,
I've been meaning to watch it.
so realistic for what it was like to be that age at that time.
Yeah.
And there's a whole episode dedicated to AIM, and it's so fucking nostalgic.
So, I was just gonna say, it's so nostalgic, and I just
It's
wish
so
like I could go
nostalgic.
back for a day.
Just watching
just-
that show makes you feel like you're going back.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Sit on AIM and talk to your friends and
Yeah.
like your crush and like
It's like the episode
change
starts...
your status.
Yes.
Like,
The episode starts with the two girls, I think, sitting at the computer. They've just downloaded AIM. And the one of them is, like, opening her little diary.
Yeah.
And she's got a list of names that she wants to use. And she uses, like, Stardust 07 is her AIM name. And I was like, that is so realistic.
Yeah, it is.
And then the other one was, like, I want mine to be Viper 911. I don't know why. But
Sure.
Viper 911 was taken. And so one of the suggested names was...
about that.
Diaper, DIPER 911. And the other girl was like, why would you want to do that? It sounds like a diaper. And she goes, no, clearly it's Viper with a D. And then goes with it. They're very awkward.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking realistic.
I
If
need
you haven't
to
watched
watch
Pen 15,
that.
I really recommend it.
I need to watch it.
But it
Just
really
miss
brings
that
me...
era. Like,
Me too.
sitting downstairs, like growing up, like I said, at Chris's house, that was so fun. Like, we would just stay up
Oh, I
all night
bet.
long and like play
bet.
games and...
Yeah, I remember, I was going to say that on Pen 15, they go on to chat rooms on AOL. I don't remember doing that. I remember me and my siblings, we would go on, like, a website that was, like, that had a bunch of different chat rooms you could go into. And...
We did that, but then we also did, like, the chat rooms on, like, AOL. Those
Yeah.
were fun.
ASL.
Age, sex, location.
Good girl. I'm 31, male, Minnesota,
Yep.
USA.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, that was a fucking thing. Like, that was just, like, code. If you don't know what ASL is...
Like,
What are you doing here,
TTYL, TTFN. Actually, you want to know what's
TTFN.
so funny? I don't think I have... I think the books are upstairs in the guest room. But I have 3 books. It's a series, and it's TTYL, TTFN, and... I think like LYL.
I think I've heard
or something
of
like
these.
that.
Yeah.
I have them, and it's like a story of this group of friends, and it's all of their AIM chats.
I feel like I've heard of this.
I have them upstairs.
Is like
and they're
is it
good.
are the
like,
covers like hot pink or something?
hot pink, hot blue, and then
Yes.
or hot blue, but like
Baby
electric
blue,
blue.
yeah.
And then I can't remember the
Like
other
green,
one, but
bright green or something. Yeah, I remember those. I don't think I've ever read them, but I not like fully because I
Yeah.
don't read. But yeah, I remember
it's
those.
very like I bet reading that would be so nostalgic. Like
Oh my God,
LYLAS.
Say it again.
LYLAS. Love you like a sister.
Oh, I never knew that one.
Really?
I feel like I've seen it, but I never knew what it
LYL.
meant.
Love you lots.
Yeah. TTYL, TTFN, BRB, LOL. Like, that's where LOL started, you guys.
Yeah. Like AIM.
GTG,
AOL. Gotta go.
G2G.
I think
Also got to
that
go.
might be one of the books. The other books. It's like
Oh, okay.
TTYL, TTFN,
Yeah, there was so
and then
many.
G2G or something.
So many acronyms. It was fucking amazing. What a time.
And I'm pretty sure that book has like just tons of the acronyms in there, like where I think it would be like super interesting to read now as like a 30-year-old.
Absolutely.
You know?
I love
I
this
should read
nostalgic
'em.
set. Yeah. This nostalgic shit, not sit. But like you said, you and your friends would sit in a group. Me, I used to spend the night at my dad's junkyard as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Because we didn't have internet at my house because we just didn't for periods of time. But we did at the junkyard. And so over the summer, I would sleep there like a buffoon.
Really?
And
Just so you could be on the
just so I could be
internet.
on the internet,
Yeah.
just so I could be on MySpace and doing my thing. And sometimes my friend Kirsty would come with me. And this is like when we formed like such a big bond. She would spend the night with me there, and
Yeah.
we would be sitting in the customer service area because there was multiple computers.
Oh, okay.
And like it's like when you walk into the building and you're getting helped by the front desk people.
Yeah.
That's where we were. But like it's nighttime. It's pitch black outside, but
know
we have
what?
the lights on. Anybody that drives by can see that there's 2 teenagers sitting on the
It would
computers.
be so fun, though. Like, I'm sure those were good memories to have.
The best memories. We're just both sitting there, and what we did was we each had, computers used to have speakers.
Yes.
Like big speakers you had to turn on.
Oh, yeah.
We'd both be sitting at our own computer, and we'd each have a YouTube tab up, and I'd play a song, and then she'd play a song, and then I'd play a song, and then she would. And she always played the song.
We had LimeWire up. We didn't have YouTube. We had LimeWire, or what was the other one? Teddy Bear?
It was YouTube
Teddy
before
something?
YouTube before ads, though.
Yeah.
Time to be alive. But I don't know that one. I did do LimeWire a lot.
Yeah.
But that was at our house. But at my dad's junkyard, I remember she would play the song "The Way I Am" by Ingrid Michaelson.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was at that age, I was like, I fucking hate that she plays this song all the fucking time. And I've told her this. But I was like, but at least it's a really short song. And now as an adult, I love that song. And it's so nostalgic to us.
At least it's so short is so funny because we would do the same stuff. We would all switch up songs like on LimeWire, or we'd have a playlist that we'd make. Or we would just burn CDs and then play it on the boombox. It's fine.
Yes.
But like that is how I've lost my train of thought. I dissociated for a minute, but that was how I felt too. Like you would hear a song and you're like, I fucking hate this song. Like, thank God it's short. We would listen to like a lot of Good Charlotte, Blink 182, like.
But we were listening to like Hilary Duff and Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, we listened to that too. Like
that kind of stuff. Yeah,
we listened to a little more edgy, like Evanescence and
yes,
like
that
all
too.
Of that. Yeah.
I also, I think I got her into role-playing for a second there because I just showed her how fun it was.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's like literally you're talking to Zac Efron. You're not, but
then you're
it
just
feels like you
talking
are.
to people too, and it's like, it's fun because
you're creating friendships and stuff like that. And there was some drama. I have a friend that I still have till this day who is now a mom and a wife, and she's thriving. But back then,
it's not me.
She had some, shut up. She had some cutesy, relationship going on with a girl.
A real one?
Yeah, it was like IRL, and like we were all the three
like
of us.
IRL.
The three of us were friends, and we would talk on the phone all the time, and we would like Skype and stuff like that, and like we were buds, and we even like would send each other letters in the mail.
Aww.
It was so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
And I have some of the letters still, and like we would call each other like Carly and Freddie.
Yeah,
like,
iCarly.
Yeah, duh. And it was just fun. It was just really fun to look back on, and then like all of a sudden, the one girl called it quits or something and broke my friend girl heart or whatever, some drama, I don't know. And now I don't know if she ever like fully explored that side of herself, if she ever
gave up after that.
Yeah, I don't know, because now she's married to a man and she's got a baby and whatever. But yeah, wild time. MySpace was like a whole fucking vibe, and it went on for a hot minute.
People still have MySpace.
I know, and then...
But it's not the same.
What happened with MySpace sucked, because they really tried to keep up with the times, but if they had just stuck to what they did, if they had just stuck to what was working...
I feel like they tried to Facebook the MySpace. And you can't. Like, MySpace was so iconic. Because
Facebook eventually kind of took over with where people were going, because MySpace had been changing so much.
Yeah, where it was no longer fun and customizable. And
it just became like something so different. And then I think they sold it. Tom from MySpace, who created MySpace, sold it to some company or something, and then the whole thing changed. Huh?
Isn't Tom Facebook?
No, that's Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Tom was MySpace. He was everybody's first friend.
He was everybody's first crush.
On the computer, like...
with his white t-shirt and his dark brown hair. Yeah. Love him. He's my first crush. No, I'm just kidding. But, I think he sold MySpace or whatever, and...
He made a shit ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah, of course
There's a whole movie on that.
I didn't know that.
Social networking, I think, is what it's called.
Okay. But yeah, then Facebook kind of took over, which is fine. It is what it is. And Facebook, everybody knows what Facebook is, so we don't need to talk about Facebook too much. But like, it was the poking and like Farmville was a big thing.
I never played.
Me neither.
Never played.
And then also, back in like the early days of Facebook was like Twitter. You posted everything on Facebook.
I used to text updates
Me too.
to MySpace or Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
Because like I wouldn't have internet on my phone, so just text updates. I'd be like,
you could do that to Twitter too.
Yeah, and I'd be like, going with my girlfriends, like G2G.
Yeah, and it would say it would be like, what are you up to? And then you would just answer it like it was a question. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't even be like, hey, I'm heading out, or I'm going out with my girlfriends tonight.
It was
would just
literally
be
a tweet, like, this is
going
what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know how to word it in a way that makes sense, but like it didn't feel like
It was an update.
it would say like your name, like Ricky is ... and then you would just fill it out.
Yeah.
And be like, going out for a drink. I don't fucking know.
I would say like riding the golf cart with Casey, having so much fun.
Yeah, just random fucking shit.
With
like
a heart
it was
and a
tweet.
smiley face.
Yeah. That was just the vibe. And it's just grown into like, now
and then
we
you
just...
poke people through text too.
Yeah, you could? I didn't know that. Yeah, it just has grown into what it is now, which is basically just like you post updates about your life so that other people can stay updated on your life. And that's pretty much all it is. Yeah. How much were you on Tumblr?
Oh, yeah. Tumblr was a thing. I still have my Tumblr. I just don't post on it anymore. I have the app and I'm like logged in, but I loved Tumblr.
I very much loved Tumblr, but I rarely used it as like what a lot of people were using it for.
Yeah, I just reblogged things.
Yeah.
And like the pictures that I liked and like I had a certain aesthetic to my Tumblr, but it was very much like the new MySpace because you were able to customize everything again and like change how you wanted it. But you also didn't need to be you on Tumblr. You could just
it was
be
just
a face behind
it was
the
just
screen.
your blog. Yeah. I was creating accounts that were geared towards my favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
And then I got into making GIFs and I got into just like graphic designing in general, even more so than I already was. And so I was using Tumblr for creating GIFs of all my favorite TV shows and stuff like that. And to this day, still do that.
Yeah.
It's like a creative outlet for me, even though Tumblr has really
kind
deflated.
of taken a, yeah.
It's deflated with the amount of people that are using it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say that because like I feel like sometimes I see posts that have a lot of notes on them. And it's like, okay, well, why are those doing so good? But mine
I feel like it's just like the people that they're there for specific content.
Because I was thriving on Tumblr during Pretty Little Liars. Like I had
remember
thousands of followers. I had every post I made had hundreds of notes, if not thousands.
Yeah.
Like it was
You were going off, you were popping off, queen.
Absolutely. It was a big time. And yeah, and then I feel like that was just another one of those that kind of fell off a little bit.
They just sizzle out.
They do.
I mean, MySpace sizzled out because of the changes and because Facebook just was there and it was easier.
And you know why Tumblr fizzled out, right?
No.
Because they got rid of porn. Point blank period. People,
really?
once porn wasn't allowed on Tumblr anymore, everybody was like, okay, bye.
Well, I remember a bunch changed, but I didn't know that was like why a lot of people were on Tumblr.
The site itself is very similar to what it's always been.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed too much. I mean like
the rules and stuff is what changed, but I didn't know that was like why Tumblr was big.
That was a huge...
Or popular.
Because like there's a whole porn side of Tumblr, there was, and there was a lot of role playing happening on Tumblr too, because I was doing that at times too. And then they banned porn on Tumblr, and I know a lot of people got mad about that, and a lot of people left.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you're on there for that, and then now it's just like a useless platform, why would you be using it then? Yeah, it doesn't serve its purpose for you.
True. And then Instagram.
So I think I got Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter.
I feel like they all were very close to each other.
It was like my senior year of high school is when all of that came out. And I had all of that at the same exact time. And I loved all three. Instagram, I still use. I don't use it as, like, religiously as some do. Like,
yeah.
I just post every now and then. But otherwise, I'll just scroll. And, like, I mainly use it just to watch, like, hair inspo and, like, different techniques and, like, formulas for coloring hair and stuff like that. Like, I use it for that. But I used to post everything on there, like we were talking about earlier.
Yes, yeah. Back when Instagram first came out and it was a thing, it was like you would post fucking anything. A lot of people were posting every time they had a meal, they were posting it.
But it was like Facebook and MySpace where you have your updates, but your updates with photos now.
Yeah.
Where, like, obviously you could post photos on Facebook, but you couldn't from your phone like that.
Right. Back at this time, everybody was posting about everything going on in their lives. And so with Facebook, you were posting just the text. And with Instagram, you were posting the pictures. And
with a little caption.
Yes. And so, like, we were going through my Instagram earlier just because I wanted to find a picture from that time. And I was posting, like, I posted a picture of my chargers because they were pretty colors.
You gotta switch it up.
Posted of my pictures of my phone cases because I had a collection of phone cases.
And Grant's butt.
Yeah, like so many different random fucking things. And I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Because now I'm posting, like, it's my cat's birthday. Here's an updated picture of my cat.
Yeah.
We got married. Here's pictures from our wedding. You know, like shit like that.
It's also still very much like Facebook now. Like, you just post your updates.
Yeah. Unless you're like an influencer and then you're doing all kinds of different stuff. Or you have like an aesthetic and you're trying to like match this aesthetic, which I think is fucking dumb. I've never been a fan personally of where you go to somebody's page and like they've clearly taken so much time to organize it and
like
design
their highlights and everything.
Like everything, like
my hair Instagram did that just to keep it very like, here's
organized.
Everything and organized and like whatever.
That makes sense. But like when people are like creating this unrealistic vibe of what life should be like.
Well, that and like you're trying to make yourself look like something you're not. Like, Miss Girl, you are putting, or Mr. Man, you are putting way too much time into your social media
presence. Yeah.
And like you have 300 followers.
Right. I just missed the time when it was like, we're just posting
for the hell of it, just for fun,
just for funsies.
Twitter, I know, has been around for a long time.
Twitter has been around for a very long time. Now. And honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say about OG Twitter because I, for years, was coming and going. I would try it for like a month. I'd get bored. I'd forget. I'd stop using it for literally years. And then I'd try it again. And then I get bored. And then I get bored I wouldn't do it for years or whatever. And then finally, like a couple years ago, I got on and I stayed on. And I still use it to this day to repost a bunch of things that I like, or I'll tweet random stuff, but it's not as often as...
I religiously used Twitter for probably like 6-7 years. And then it was kind of when like Bailey and I started dating is really when I stopped using it it was probably like a year or two into a relationship is when I really stopped like posting all the time.
Yeah, it was, I remember, like, my friend Kelsey, she was using it like it was a person. I remember she was she was tweeting. Yeah. So much. She had thousands on thousands on thousands of tweets.
That's how mine was, too. Oh, my God. For a while there. Great. Like, it was like Facebook again, where you're sending your updates or just like anything you think of or like funny shit. But it was so
easy to tweet that you would tweet anything.
Because nobody like really cared. And like sometimes your fucking tweets would pop off and all of a sudden you have like thousands of likes or favorites.
Right. And then
retweets.
I've seen some like on movies or TV shows or something like people, you know, like scenes making fun of this whole updating culture where it's like Jessica's getting a coffee. Jessica doesn't like her coffee. Why the fuck does everybody need to know about this, Jessica? Yeah. And it's funny to like look back on that and think how cringy it was, but like it really was the time.
Yeah, that's like it was the norm.
Yeah, and I loved it. I loved it.
I think everybody that was living that enjoyed it if they were like around our age. I think the older generation they just didn't understand because they didn't have that in their like more immature years. Maybe.
Right. And then another big one is Vine.
Oh, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Vine was our everything.
Vine was everything.
Vine was better than TikTok because it was funny.
It was funny and it wasn't very oversaturated.
No.
And
you could blow up easy on Vine too.
I loved it because everything felt original. Where it's like now it feels frustrating on TikTok because... like, for example, I saw this TikTok of this girl in her bathroom, and she had one of those mirrors that it has the 3 slots and the sides open.
Yes.
And it's I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now. And then she would open and close the mirrors to make it look like there was multiples of her. Mm-hmm. It was so fucking funny. 2 days later, I saw someone else do the same thing, and I was like, guys, why can't anybody be original?
And that's the thing, is like everybody's doing the same dances.
Did it first? Nobody knows.
No. It's the same dances, the same trends, it's the same everything. So it's like you're seeing the same shit over and over and over, but different people and different like.
And sometimes that's nice, like with the Sabrina Carpenter Heartbreak is one thing, My Ego's another, the makeup transition thing. Yeah. I liked that because these women are beautiful and they look creative so great.
Too.
Yeah, right. But when it's like literally copy and paste the same fucking, exactly the same movements, the same song, all of it. Everybody's does that.
Doing it. Yeah. Everyone's hopping on the trend, and like Vine was not that. You wouldn't see the same videos.
No.
Every time you scrolled, it was something new, something different, something fresh and like organic.
And it was so funny.
Yeah. Oh my God, I wish.
There are so many Vine compilations
we could
on
find
YouTube.
our Vines.
I know, but they're all gone.
It's so dumb.
There are some that I posted to Instagram.
Yeah.
And so I can see those, and they're cringy as fuck.
But they were so fun. Like the ones in the Impala, my old car, if at Subway, all the ones we used to make, like, or the one when we were like karate, or the jujitsu.
Karate, jujitsu.
Like, those were so fun.
But they were fun, and I completely forgot about that, and you unlocked a memory.
Yeah. That's like what I think of, is like just all that stuff. Like we just had so fun. Oh, I didn't.
It was so fun. Yeah, I missed that shit. And it was like it's what introduced us to like Liza Koshy.
Yeah.
Big freaking
David
star.
Dobrik.
Love her. Don't care for him.
I don't either, but at the time he was it.
Like the king.
Yeah.
Of
Vine.
One of the kings of Vine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was so on board for David Dobrik when he was with Liza Koshy, but like, yeah, I fell off right away when they broke up.
I fell off.
Just like, I'm with Liza.
Yeah, I stand.
I'm going with mommy.
Daddy ain't shit.
Yeah.
No, David just always kind of around.
Settlement and I need cash now.
Call J.J. Wentworth.
877 cash now.
I don't know. I just imagine that's the end of the podcast. Just that. I was singing that.
But yeah.
We're just done talking. Vine, no outro, no nothing.
Yeah. But no, Vine was amazing. And it was very, very heartbreaking when it just all of a sudden was gone.
Literally just gone.
It was just over.
No explanation, really.
And we couldn't get our Vines. There was no way to get them.
That was like the worst part. Like if TikTok ever does go away, I hope that we're at least warned about it. Mm-hmm. So you can go back and save all your shit. Because it's like, at this point, I've been posting videos for how long now? Since COVID.
Same.
And there's a lot I don't give a shit about, but I've posted a lot with Rowan, and there's a lot of like really cute sentimental ones where like I would want to save that, but I don't have it saved in my phone because it's on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Vine being taken from us sucks. And there's so many iconic Vines that like will live on forever.
Road work ahead.
I sure hope it does. What's worse than a rapist? A child. No. You don't know that one? Mm-mm. Are you fucking kidding me? Mm-hmm. It's like a board. Mm-hmm. It's like they're having a little bit of like an office meeting, and there's a board, and it says the word rapist on it, and above that is a piece of paper, and the guy says, what's worse than a rapist? And then he rips down the paper, and now the board says, child rapist.
Oh, yeah.
But the camera zooms in on the man at the meeting, and he goes, a child.
It's very The Office.
Yes.
Giving The Office.
No, yeah, it was so fucking funny.
2 guys in a hot tub sitting 5 feet. Oh my
God. 2 guys in a hot tub.
I can't even say it.
5 feet apart because they're not gay. Hurricane Katrina. More like Hurricane Tortilla. Do you know what that one is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Vroom, vroom. I'm in my mom's car.
Get out my car.
No.
Aww.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah. I loved that one. And then there was one that Liza Koshy did where she was like, I'm just trying to go to the bathroom, but now I'm confused. And then she shows the sign, and it says WOMFN. And she goes, instead of woman.
Yeah.
It says that. And she goes, Emma Whoops. Emma Whoops. It's so fucking funny. I don't know why that one stuck with me, but it always did.
She just, like, she killed it on Vine. She was
really
so
did.
funny on Vine. And I feel like she doesn't have that energy anymore. I mean, like, there are funny TikToks and stuff of her, but it's not her Vine.
No, yeah. I think that she just has grown up and matured, and she just doesn't have that same kind of humor.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she does have similar humor. It's just grown. It's just changed. And that's fine.
A matured version.
That's fine, for sure. I do want to talk about Snapchat, because what I think is fun is that
it has evolved so much.
You were the one that introduced me to Snapchat. I don't know if you remember that. I remember we were at Subway, and you told me about Snapchat, and I was like, and you were like,
Snap.
it's like text messaging, but you get to send pictures and videos. And I was like,
yeah, just like that. I talk like that.
Why would you even do that? It sounds like weird. And you're like, it's really great, trust me. And so I got it, and fucking great. Yeah. It's been awesome. I've used it ever since.
The chokehold that has held on society.
Yes. Oh my God, Snapchat has been...
I just, like, remember it was like MySpace all over again. You could see the best friends list.
Yep.
That was wild. You could just creep and be like, oh, you are talking to this fucking bitch.
And it has grown a lot, with the introduction of different things, but overall I feel like the basicness of it has stayed the same.
Yeah, it's still true to, like, the original idea in the original app, but
the
like
layout of it, remember how, like, in the top it would say 10,
yeah,
9,
the seconds
8 when you're watching. Yeah.
The countdown.
The countdown.
I do enjoy that they've introduced memories. That was introduced.
I do enjoy that they have lengthened how long you can record videos for by, like,
3 minutes
3
now.
Yeah. Which is great, because
we do be yapping.
We be yapping.
We yapping queens.
Yeah, and it's nice to just hit record and then just keep going, because
you got 3 minutes to get out what you want, and I'm gonna send you like 7 of those 3 minutes.
Exactly. And 1 minute it was never long enough.
No.
It just never was. But I've always loved Snapchat, because it's just been so fun. I do want to have a question for you. You and I have a best friend streak on Snapchat. How many streaks do you have?
A lot. Here are my streaks. I have one for 1,902 days, 1,978 days, which I believe is my longest, 37 days, 490 days, 149 days. That's me and Anna. Shout out Anna. 342 days, 786 days, 883 days, 1,554 days, 965 days, 22 days, 825 days, 997 days, 1,859, 1,637, 54, 717, 956, 225, 296, 1,093, and 56. Those are all of my streaks.
Which one was me?
You are 956.
Alright, well, at least I'm up there. Jesus, mahogany.
Yeah, my
Somebody
longest...
is on Snapchat too much, some might say.
Well, I've just, like, made it a point to keep my streaks, that's all.
Yeah, and like I said, I've only had 2. Well, at one point I had, like, 6. But I just don't care about them enough to keep them going, except for you, just because, why not?
I didn't. Like, I gave up on them, and then...
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Well, no, I did, and then... But these are the people I literally only talk to. Like, I don't talk to anybody else. Oh. And some of them...
You just talk to those 20 people? Got it.
It's not 20. It's probably, like, 17.
I literally fell asleep, but okay.
No, I feel like... But a lot of those people, we are just talking to keep the streak. Like, it is just a streak snap in the morning. Because it's like, okay, we've been going for this long. Let's see how long we can keep it going. Why not?
Okay, the last one that I wanted to address is YouTube. Just in general, YouTube. It's not a huge social media thing.
For a long time, though.
It's been around for a long time. And I think specifically YouTubers. Like, going back to, like, Jenna Marbles, and I'm going to name some names, but just because I say their name does not mean that I like them. But James Charles, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star.
At James Charles for 1 second quick. I went on YouTube today just to go, I don't know what I was doing. I was looking at our videos or something to look at something. And one of the videos, like, on the homepage popped up, and it was James Charles, and it was like, I'm doing Jenna Marbles makeup. I got so excited because I thought that was a recent video. And then I saw that it was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I got so excited.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I think it's because I was on our YouTube account and I don't remember why. I pulled up one of my all-time favorite Jenna Marbles videos is it was a trend where you follow a makeup tutorial and you try to recreate it.
Yeah.
And so she was following a James Charles makeup tutorial and it is so fucking funny. And I'm sorry, I have never liked James Charles. Not since day one. I've never been a fan of him.
I have been. I should say I wasn't for a while. And then Taylor was obsessed. Like, she had the Sisters hoodie. She went and saw him when he was at the Mall of America. Like, I don't think she got to meet him, but she was there. Like, they waited in line. And I didn't like him then. And then when James was friends with Emma Chamberlain and the Dolan twins, that's when I got sucked in. And I really liked him then. I love Emma still to this day.
Me too.
And then the Dolan twins just disappeared. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But then
Emma Chamberlain, though. I love you, babes.
Yeah, and she's back. She's back on TikTok.
I mean, I've seen her.
Yeah. She's and like YouTube and stuff, and she's got a podcast, I think. But
yeah, anything goes with Emma Chamberlain.
Yeah, but I fell off, and now I've been, since he got canceled, that was when I was like, yeah, whatever.
Which time? I feel like he's been canceled.
The first time. Like the first when it was like the minors and all that stuff. But I have recently he pops up on my For You page a lot with his car review videos, and I enjoy them. Like, I think they're so funny, and there are a lot of videos that pop up too where like he's actually funny in them. He's just being really aggressive, and I always send them to Taylor, and I'm like, why is he actually so fucking funny?
Yeah,
because he is.
I don't know what it is. I just have never vibed with him. But that Jenna Marbles video is fucking funny.
That's because you don't like gay people. You're a homophobe.
Right. But there's like a part where she's watching the video to see the next clip, and he goes, and then you're gonna just like outline the eye with the red of you're gonna go for the color red of your broken heart, like mine, because my heart's broken because nobody wants me. And then Jenna stops the video and she goes, James, are you okay? Yeah. And this poor boy. I don't know specifically what's said, but it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it so fucking much.
I miss her.
I miss her. I will miss her forever.
Yeah. Ever.
Just the thought of her not being around makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
But
I like Jeffree Star. I love him.
Yeah. Never was a fan.
I like him. I
was a fan of Shane Dawson at one point when he was with a girl. Her YouTube was Leasebug. She was Lisa Schwartz, and they would do a lot of skits and stuff like that together. They were pretty funny.
I didn't like him until he actually started doing his series. When he came out with like multiple sets of different series, like of videos, like his conspiracy theories.
Oh, okay.
Those are good. I enjoy those. When him and Jeffree had done a couple, those were really good too. Like, I don't mind him. I mean, obviously, like, I don't like the stuff and, like, what he's known for, but I have enjoyed those in the past.
Some of the content, yeah. It's just that I know that he's known for making some really inappropriate jokes.
Yeah.
And some